Greetings and welcome, my friends. This is the best of the best 2, an Azorius Synthesizer deck that builds on the original. We've got a lot of the same weaponry that we had in the original, plus some select cards that we hope will enhance the performance of the deck. We've got card draw, removals, and ways to generate artifact tokens to boost the stats of our Robot Overlords. The March of the Metal Men will not be stopped. We're playing the full set of the Enigma Jewel. It's a 1-mana artifact that taps for 2 colorless, but we can only use that mana to activate abilities, which is fine because that's all we need it for. With the Jewel in play, we get to activate the Collector's Vault, and it helps with the pricey activation on the Thran Spider. It can also pay half the mana to activate the Helm. It does have a craft ability, but that's not something we aim to try to use. 3 steps ahead is the amazing Spree spell that we can use to make a surprise token synthesizer. It's also a counter spell if we need it, and we can use the draw and discard to help dig up a card we need. It's a powerful staple that fits well in any synthesizer deck. Not on my watch is one of our removals. This one exiles an attacker for only 2 mana. It doesn't matter if it is tapped or is coming in with vigilance, it'll be gone for good. Most synthesizer decks are vulnerable to attackers and the damages they can inflict on our life total, but this will give us a chance to eliminate a threat and buy us the time to build an army of Robot Overlords. Collector's Vault is a fantastic artifact that can help us loot through our deck to help find our key cards. Plus, it gives us treasure tokens to help boost the stats of our Robot Overlords and triggering more card draw thanks to the Caretaker's talent. The Caretaker's talent was a major part of the original version, and we brought it back for the sequel. It's a fantastic enchantment that we can use to make a copy of any token we have when we take it up to level 2. Our Robot Overlords are usually big enough on their own that we don't need to spend the mana and take this to level 3. The card draw and the extra token copy is all we need. Perilous Snare is an artifact that we can use to snipe any permanent the opponent plays out. For 3 mana, we take away their biggest threat or a blocker and trigger any synthesizers we have on board. It's a big swing on board. We take out something of theirs and add to our army. Unidentified Hovership is additional removals for enemy men. We can abduct any enemy that has toughness 5 or less, and as with the snare, it does cost 3 mana, so we get synthesizer triggers as well. If the opponent somehow ends up destroying the hovership, they won't get their guy back. Instead, they'll manifest dread. Once abducted, the enemy is gone for good. The synthesizer is our key card. It's the powerful artifact factory of our Robot Overlords. If it generated token men, it would be amazing, but we also get to scry 2 when it enters play. The aim is to get it in play, and then make as many Robot Overlords as we can to take down the opposing life total. Along the way, if we can make token copies of it, then we help ourselves to getting closer to smashing in for big hits. The Helm is the fantastic partner to the synthesizer. It triggers synthesizers we have on board when we play it out, then can make token copies of any artifact tokens we control. Making extra Robot Overlords is great, but what we really aim to do is make token copies of token synthesizer. GG's opponent, thanks for coming to the big show. Thran Spider is a staple of a synthesizer deck because it triggers any synthesizers we have on board, and it's 2 artifacts for the price of 1. With the help of the Jewel, we can activate the Spider's ability to help find more fuel. Steel Seraph is another fantastic artifact creature that will trigger the synthesizer even if we play it out for its prototype cost. Once in play, it'll give one of our men one of 3 critical abilities. The one we'll choose more often than not is Life Link to help us recover lost life and stay in a fight a bit longer. For lands, we're playing 2 the Mycosynth Gardens, the land that we can turn into a copy of any artifact we have in play. For Meticulous Archive, the Azorius Surveil land. For Flood Farm Verge, the plains that becomes a dual when we have a plains or island in play. For Udrakar Wastes, the Azorius Pain land. For Island, and 6 plains. Playing the deck is good fun, and only slightly complicated. Our early turns are all about getting our early artifacts down if we can. With those in play, once we start generating Robot Overlords, they'll be bigger and pose a larger threat right off the bat. If we don't have a synthesizer early, aim to use card draw to find one and get the party started. A quick route to victory is to copy a synthesizer with a 3 steps ahead and copy the token with a Caretaker's talent level 2 ability. This is a recipe for big damages to the opponent and a sizable force as we copy synthesizers and generate Robot Overlords with our 3 mana artifacts. We've got enough removals to take care of opposing threats while we assemble our strike force. All hail our Robot Overlords. That's the deck, boys. Let's go play some games.
Do you want to play a game?
This is Sharon. No wait, it's Shyaon. Nice toothpick you got there. We're kicking things off with a 3-lander. We've got a Jewel, a Synthesizer, and double talent. Kind of a weird hand, but I'll take it. Keep your pants on. Or don't, it's your choice after all. Our Surveil land shows us another Jewel on top. And as much as I'd like to move it over into the bin, I think we'll keep it on top. I don't want to give away any information at the moment, especially when we don't know what they'll be up to. Keeping my pants on for this one. They toss out a spyglass siren. There's that chicken scream we all know and love. Don't choke it, bro. The shuffler strikes again. How many times do you draw into the same card 2 turns in a row? Unbelievable. Let's play out a talent and see if they've got cards that destroy enchantments or artifacts. Place your bets. They left their mana up, so this time around we'll play out the vault. Let's not get our synthesizer countered if we can avoid it. Plus, we don't have any way of generating Robot Overlords. That's a counter spell if we need it, or a surprise synthesizer token. They tap out for a Memory Guardian. They're either a poorly built affinity deck, or they're on Synthesizer as well. My money has to be on Synthesizer. We'll play out our Synthesizer this turn. Our next move will be to copy it with 3 steps ahead, then make more copies with the talent and the helm. Someone pull out the cheese board. On top we have a land, and another 3 steps ahead. We want them both. They send in their chicken and the guardian, but we're about to test their counterspell skills. Let's fire off Not on My Watch and snipe the guardian. I'm surprised it worked. They've got no counterspells of any kind. What's up with that? They play out a Riptide Gear Hulk. It's kind of like they're playing our deck, Skyfall. The Gear Hulk can end up winning games if they've got ways to reuse its Enter's playability. But unfortunately for them, we have the power of draw on our side. Let's start by snaring their Hulk. Tough to reuse it if it's under an artifact. Then we'll make a copy of the treasure token we have, and that will draw us a card. Activating the vault will draw us yet another card, and that will be the synthesizer they sent back in time. With 3 treasures, we can play it again. Easy peasy, extra cheesy. On top, we've got a land and another vault. A case could be made for keeping the land, but let's try to find more cards to trigger our synthesizer. With every turn they take, it looks more and more like they're playing Skyfall. All they're missing is a synthesizer and the Mendicant Core. They're fully tapped, so I think this is when we take the opportunity to make a synthesizer copy. We can start cloning the token on our next turn. On top we have a land and another snare. We'll be ready for any dangerous permanents they play out. They drop another gear Hulk. But what are they going to send back in time? They hit our snare, and they'll get their other Hulk back for more tricks. Luckily we have enough card draw that it's only a minor setback. What? They hit the synthesizer token. That's kind of odd. It's like they put their pants on backwards. Okay, I don't know if I would be playing clay-fired bricks. Seems like the siren should be enough. We've got a double hovership hand, and it's time to play them out. If they get bounced, they won't be getting their Hulks back this time. And we have the mana to play both of them. Get gone, girls. We will be smelling you later. They send in their siren instead of holding it back to block. We know something is up, so we won't crew up one of our hoverships. And there you have it, a sweeper. It's only a delay. We've got more ammo already in hand thanks to the card draw and looting from the vault. This time we will snare their siren. It'll take it off the board and get us a Robot Overlord. The AI are hungry, bro. They want opponent flesh. Life total is back on the menu, boys. They go with a nesting bot, in a synthesizer deck. I'm not sure about that one. I prefer Market Gnome, as when it dies you get to draw a card. They choke their chicken, and we get to hear it scream. The trick is to have a good grip. Am I right, bro? They finally use a map token, and it shows a synthesizer on top. Should have used those map tokens earlier. The time has come, let's make them eat some pain. It's tough sandwich, but we're making them take a big bite. Alright, let's see if they can do anything with their synthesizer now that they drew it. On top they have two cards they don't want. We'll be smelling those later. They're pooping bricks. No, wait. They're crafting their bricks. Gotta open wide to let those out. Am I right, bro? They've got 3 blockers up for our 3 Robot Overlords, but they're tapped out, and I guess they didn't know about the Helm being able to generate another at instant speed. It's GG's extra cheese. This is Dr.Chicco. He's going to give us a Checco up. Wait, I'm not taking my pants off, bro. We get a 4-lander with a vault, a spider, and a seraph. We can at least use the vault to dig. 1 synthesizer on time here, and we're in business. Keep. Wait, doctor. Your hands are really cold, bro. Our surveil land shows us a helm on top. An early helm without anything to copy is usually bad, but in this case we'll have treasure tokens to copy. The spider loves lots of mana. Is this mono black? They get a bat down and now we have to wait and see what they pick. My money is on the spider. Bro shocks the world and takes the helm. I'm so surprised my pants almost came off. We'll play the spider out, the Power Stone token will give us a boost in mana, and we'll be able to play out 3 mana cards and still be able to activate the vault. We draw a surveil land, and we'll play it out right away. That's a synthesizer on top. Yes, we're keeping that. Let's activate the vault, and we'll draw the synthesizer as well as be able to play it out. We'll toss the second vault. We only ever need 1 in play. On top we have a snare and a land. The snare is perfect, but we'll ship the land on down. They play out another bat. This time the choice is already made for them. They come in with their Freddy, but we'll block up. Just kidding, we're letting that through this time. We're eating the damages like a pie. What I should have done was keep that land in hand to cycle it away with the vault. But this way we also get to play out the card we get back. And now we'll generate a second Robot Overlord. The problem with the Seraph is it has 3 toughness, and that makes it vulnerable to a lot of mono-black removals. But the Angel is really the least of their problems. We've got 8 men that want to crack their skull in multiple places. There's one of those removals now. They can only snipe the Angel with it. Of course they're going for the kill combo. All they have to do is give the slasher flying and it's GG's. They send him in. This looks like a fair trade. This time around we will block up. We draw another Steel Seraph. This one will go down for the full price. They won't be able to snipe this one so easily. We'll give our Robot Overlord life link and send him in. It's nearly half their life. Seems fair since we took a hit from the slasher. Damages, bro, damages. They play out a ritual chamber. That's a big blocker, but that's about all it will do. The doctor forgot to keep his pants on and throws his men at us like they can actually get through. Oopsie poopsie, bro. We dine on enemy men tonight, and that's 2 less blockers they have. The helm alone will do it. It'll generate more than enough tokens. GG's, bro. We'll smell you later. This is peels. It peels like the first time. Am I right, bro? We get a 3-lander with a juicy start. The jewel into the vault with an immediate activation. The removal and spider are gravy. Keep your pants on. The opponent plays out a Golgari land. They can be rather tough to play against depending on what they've got for removals. A scout, they're on a slow aggro plan then? Or maybe they're on that Pro Tour graveyard deck. Been seeing that a lot now. We'll land the vault this turn, but we'll wait to activate it. A 2/2 is never something to worry about. They're on a 10-turn plan, and I'm pretty sure we'll be able to defend ourselves before those 10 turns come and go. They impending a black Overlord. And whiff so badly they might have to delete their deck and play something else. Oopsie poopsie, bro. Let's activate the vault, and we'll send off the wastes to live a better life somewhere else. This turn is one we have to think about. We could go with a spider or the talent, and of the two I think I prefer the talent. Card draw is so good. Two damages is all the opponent has, no turn 4 plays. They are firing on all cylinders, but they have 0 cylinders. Let's go ahead and activate the vault and get a double draw. Simply crackers this is. And we get a synthesizer. On top we have a 3 steps ahead and a land. We'll send the land on down. We'll pass the turn and keep mana up to make a surprise synthesizer. All I see are dead men. Where's your power, bro? Is there something in this deck we should be afraid of? They turn their scout sideways, and it's time to make a surprise synthesizer and generate our first Robot Overlord. All hail our AI masters. On top we have another land under the 3 steps ahead. Let's send it on down. They hit our Robot Overlord with removal before we can block. That's unfortunate, but their plan is still rather slow, and we've got plenty of time to generate more synthesizers. The factories will grow in number, ladies and shark men. We draw a synthesizer. Rip opponent. I'm afraid your time on the big show is going to come to an end rather soon. Thanks for coming on though. We appreciate it. They realize they didn't bring enough removals. GG's bro, extra cheese. This is iBumped MyHead. Thanks for signing the I will keep my pants on contract. This is a family show. We get a solid 3-lander this time around. We've got a removal, a vault, a synthesizer, and a hovership. Times are good, the pants are on, and enemy men will be sniped. Keep. We draw a jewel. Talk about being late to the party. If we'd had it in hand, it still wouldn't have been going down until this turn anyways. We'll play it out and see if maybe we can take advantage of it in the near future. The Rakdos opponent plays a fear of missing out. You are missing out, bro. Synthesizer is the way to go. They tossed a Lord Voldemort. We know what they're up to. You can't fart in new car and say it's the new car smell. We'll play out our synthesizer on schedule, and we can start generating Robot Overlords on our very next turn. They play out an Abyssal Harvester. Luckily it doesn't have haste, and we can make it disappear on our turn. Let's play out the vault. I know, just play out the hovership, but if we activate it we get a treasure, and we can still play out the hovership. Wow, I don't want to toss any of these cards. The Not on My Watch is the least useful one, since they likely won't be attacking into our Robot Overlords. Alien abductions are happening right before your eyes, boys. The truth is out there. The opponent is still afraid they are missing out. You totally are, bro. Your cheese is smelly, but our cheese is great in a grilled cheese. They must have kept a 4 Lord Voldemort hand. They toss another one in the grave. We draw another Steel Seraph, which is great for a later turn. This time around we want to play out the talent, and we can copy our first Robot Overlord. Let's get in there. The opponent likes keeping his teeth in his skull, so he blocks up. Smart move, bro. We knew something like that was coming up. Sure, bro, go ahead and cheese us. But first, let's go ahead and use the vault for a couple of fresh ones. Another vault, but that can go. And a spider. That's fine, as that's more synthesizer triggers. We'll play an angel with prototype. We have enough mana to play out the spider as well, and get another AI this turn. The gardens can be turned into another synthesizer on a future turn. It's all turning out great for us, but not so much for the opponent despite their big bad they have on board. The opponent jumped through a bunch of hoops to get the second biggest man on board. Say hello to my little friends. We'll give one of our Robot Overlords life link, and we can go in for a pair of massive hits. Block up, bro. You don't want to be trying to trade blows. They only block one. I'm not really sure what Lord Voldemort is supposed to be able to do here. Damages, bro, damages. Walk it off, heal yourself, bro. Maybe you should get that looked at? If Voldemort can't block, he can't attack either. Nice paperweight you got there. They snipe a Robot Overlord. We're down to only 3 now. And they're mostly tapped out. That's GG's to everyone keeping score at home. Smell you later, bro. Don't cry too hard. And that, my friends, is another satisfied customer.